Okay, this is 37th Street Radio and TV, and we are out here hooking up with the best of the best interviews. And today we have another special guest. So, guest, just introduce yourself.
My name is Marvin, Marvin Lukulu. I am a multimedia editor currently at NMG.
Yeah, so I would like to know, when you talk about being a multimedia editor, like what does that mean?
Being a multimedia editor means you have to understand things about video, text, graphics, audio, what else, and just pictures, and how to manipulate them to fit the current trends in social media.
Yeah. Okay, so how you can tell us maybe what you studied in school and the institution which you are, so that we can also know that.
Let me try to move to better light. So in school, I studied communication and media technology. That's offered in most universities in Kenya, but in my school, it was, in my case, it was Maseno University. It's just basically journalism, a journalism course at any university. But as I was heading towards my graduation, I preferred engaging myself more in digital and social media, but that was just mostly my curiosity that led me there. It wasn't part of, they offered digital and online journalism, but it wasn't in depth at the time. So it was self-taught mostly.
Yeah, so you graduate and then you start looking for a job. Was Nation Media your first opportunity and you are there till date, or you are in other places and then now finally you are at Nation Media?
It wasn't immediate. I graduated. Then after graduation, I started doing my own things. I started shooting some videos for some people. They pay me some small money. I did graphic design. I made some magazines. I even worked at a cyber cafe doing these designs, graphics, them for several months before I had applied initially as I was doing all this. Then I got a call to Nation Media. So it was my first official, maybe it's a corporate job, but it wasn't my first job to do as an individual.
There are instances where you study something and then when you are now in the field and you are doing it, you find out that it's very different. Like if you take a business course right now in the university, what you will learn when you come out, you find the business environment is very, very different. So I don't know what the experience for you was. Did what you learn in school align with what you're currently doing, or how was it?
Obviously, what's happening in the industry keeps changing. So for growth, for the purposes of growth, it's good for an individual when you're a student, it can be hard to monitor and know what's happening in a space that you're not in. But the good thing is that even when you're employed, the company first trains you. So you'll get a few weeks of training before you start working. So you just need to be a quick learner. Obviously, whatever we learn in school is I'd say the theoretical part of it. Some schools go ahead to give the students maybe trips to industries, trip to the maybe companies and factories to see what happens in the real world. But others which are unfortunate, you just have to like learn on the field. So you have to be quick on your toes to grasp things when you get to the industry, and you shall be well too.
I want to know, how did you get to Nation Media, you said that you are doing a couple of projects. So did they notice your projects and then they decided to give you a call? Did you just apply like any other person, went through the interview and you passed? Or maybe you had friends who told you you can go and look for an opportunity here? How was it?
So initially, I had a friend who was working at Ali. It was an internship, the attachment that we go to when you're in university. So many people. Oh, when they were here, when she was here, she used to do social media, the job I do right now. So after finishing the attachment and coming back to school, there was a time they asked for letters. If you want to apply for internship, send your CV to this email. So when she came back, she told me to send, but eventually she never got even the opportunity herself. So we all were outside after even the attachment. She came home. Then we were just chilling. Then one day after the CVs that we send, there's a careers portal for Nation Media. They have a career, most companies have a career portal. So I just send my application there, which has an internship all year round opportunity. So I think they just cross-checked my CV and the CV on the careers portal, and they gave me a call. So it wasn't that I knew anyone per se who worked there who gave me the connection. I think I was just lucky. And it wasn't about the works I had been doing outside, because it's hard to monitor all those things unless maybe you are a big deal in the industry, so they can't see you. When you are a small fish, it's rare they see what you're doing. So when I went to the interview, it's when I presented all that I've been doing, and they were impressed, and they kind of, I think, selected me.
So I would like to also, like, which shows do you produce, or do you produce just all shows? You are all rounded, or there are some particular shows that you are part of?
I'm a multimedia producer. Currently, my main role to do is I work in the digital department, which is the social media for NTV. We handle the pages, NTV, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and currently TikTok, which we have just joined. We put their contents every day, hourly, sometimes every minute, every like 15 or 30 minutes, we put fresh content. But when you are inside the media house, you kind of get the chance to experiment with other things. If you are interested in doing like writing news, you can start writing. So sometimes you might find that you just talk to an editor a producer or show, then they allow you to expand your knowledge. So currently I try doing producing Teen Republic, some segments. They have a segment where we go to shoot, we are interviewing someone. So those kind of segments are the ones that I've taken part in producing. And I also sometimes read the news at the radio, Nation FM. So it's just part of volunteer work that I do, and say that. But it's also giving me experience and exposure to other things that I can learn.
And then you brought about working at Teen Republic. So you see a show like that, you are dealing with, maybe an artist can come in, or we have hosts who have different personalities. So how do you deal with managing to work as a team, even though different people have different personalities? Is there a trick maybe you can share?
Like the artists,
Yeah, the artists and also the hosts.
I think just understanding everyone, like everyone understanding their role and what they need to achieve, and it's just basically being professional. You expect them to be professional, and they expect you to do the same. So you can never cross lines. sometimes obviously we are human, people can be emotional, but as the main producer, you have to know how to handle the situation and get things moving, because you know you have to deliver.
On the digital space, there have been a lot going on recently, whereby people's accounts have been hacked, YouTube accounts, and also others' Instagram accounts. So according to you, like, how is this possible, or how can guys prevent other people from just accessing your account and hacking and changing whatever they want?
Accounts, so many people created their accounts quite a long time ago when there was little or no security issues. So when they have become popular and famous, maybe they kind of forgot that I need to secure my account and have like a two-factor authentication. Maybe they only have their email there. Sometimes they have a phone number and maybe they switch their phone number to another one. They don't have access to the other phone. So it's just your personal individual responsibility to ensure that you take care of the security of your account. Sometimes you can put two-factor authentication. Then there is another one that's called, I think, it's Google Lock or something like that, where when you log into an account, you have to enter a security password that has been sent to you already. So the increase is because that I think it's because many people just fail to ensure their accounts are, I'd say, bulletproof. Yeah, you just make sure you have changed to an email that is secure, and a phone number that when you need verification, it comes to your number. But I wouldn't say that hackers have found maybe smarter ways of going around this. So there's a case that someone, they noticed their account is being hacked. So when you notice immediately, you go and make sure that it's your email that is registered on that account. So that once the email is changed, everything is done. You can't secure back your account unless you are able to communicate to maybe the social media site, maybe Facebook or Instagram, and they are able to get back to you. But they get so many requests, so it kind of takes a while. So the best way to do it is just to make sure your email is updated and you have your phone number, the one you're currently using, on there, so that you don't have insecurity issues.
From the point that you are starting out, and maybe you're just fresh from school, did you maybe find some challenges that instilled maybe self-doubt in you? Did you deal with self-doubt? Were you just confident from the word go?
No, I still do experience self-doubt, because you're here, you're just from university, you come meeting people who have been in the industry for a while, you're obviously intimidated. So I'd say it's humbling to meet many people who are experienced, but there's also another thing that you kind of feel. It's called imposter syndrome. Like you feel you're not smart enough to compete at the level that your colleagues are competing. But how I deal with it is just I trust in what I do. Like I believe I was selected for a reason. They did not think that I'm just I qualified for the job. That's what I'm saying. I qualified for the job, so I do my best, and nasonga too. Like it's appreciated, and you keep on trying to improve by. There are so many online short courses. Like if you're in digital, there is Google Digital Skills for Africa. That's free, offered free. There's Reuters, they offer some free courses. Facebook even offers free courses. So you try to improve yourself so that you can compete at the same level that you feel you're not. Yeah.
there is a question I usually like asking. If, let's say, right now we have seen the growth of the media, we have social media, online media has really grown. So if somebody comes to you and maybe asks you, should I go to school and study journalism, or should I start practicing by maybe if the guy has equipment? Right now, we have tools such as YouTube, we have Spotify. Guys can do their podcast and upload it there. So can you advise somebody to go to school, or can you just advise somebody to start practicing if he has equipment and just start doing something for themselves?
So there's two things here. If they want to study and they are able to, they can afford to go to school, I'd advise them to go to school. And since they have the equipment already, they can practice by whatever they learn in class, they can apply it. From class, you go outside, you have learned this today, let me try apply it. We used to do some kind of the sort of thing when we were in campus, but we didn't have the equipment, so we had to like come as a group, then pool our resources, some money here and there, then we go hire a camera, then we are going to shoot some things. That's simple stories to improve our skills. And it made us that when you get to the industry, you know how to use a camera, you know how to take photographs, you just don't know the theory. So you're not like really far behind. And still coming back to the conversation about like practicing and not going to school, it's also okay if you feel like you can't afford to go to school, the money that you have will be of better use if you invest in like doing something. Yeah, go for it. You never know. Like no one's path is usually cast in stone. Sometimes you go for something and it works. Other times you you go for them and they don't work, but it's just part of life. But if you decide to go the route of not going to school, make sure you have some mentors or people who will guide you through life. You don't just jump into the water and you don't know the direction.
And then you also have this blog. So what made you start blogging? Because I've also noticed that you have some articles there. You can tell us what that's all about and why you decided to start it.
Now, blogging, I'd say it's from me. I'm enjoying writing, and the things I write about, I never felt like they are publishable anywhere. But since I discovered a blog, like you can write your personal things on your blog, just thoughts that you enjoy. I enjoyed writing since I was in high school. So after high school, I didn't have any outlet to put my content. I found the blog and I started writing, I think, from high school. I am inconsistent though. I just write whenever I feel there's an inspiration. So like now I've stayed like almost a year without writing. But yeah, I just started writing because I enjoy writing, and sometimes it helps. You might find someone who wants you to write an article for them and they pay you. So it's a skill that I think I just have, and I chose to put it down on a blog.
And then there are jokes whereby guys are saying traditional media is dead already. Let's just move to the online space. So according to you, I don't know what you have noticed, or I don't know how you view this argument.
This argument has been there since I was in campus. Like the new media is taking over, and the new media remains as the digital. Like people are watching TV on YouTube. People are not consuming anything on TV currently. They are just consuming vloggers and maybe podcasters. They're just simply on YouTube, which is true. Yes, I'd say many eyes have moved from TV to digital, but the legacy media, I don't think it can ever die, because that's where trust is. Like, people trust news from TV. They won't say that you're getting something from a blogger and you are proving it to be the right thing. There's trust that comes with the legacy media, like newspapers, common TV, and radio. Another thing is that I'm sure you've seen that many TV stations have kind of tried to transform in the digital age. So they are changing with time. The legacy, the TV is still there, but they are also introducing programs, content that is fitting to the current generation. Like, for example, I'd say a show like, I don't know if you know on NTV. It's a travel show where they just take a van and go to a road trip, and on the way they just see if they decide to go to Machakos, they'll go to maybe heritage sites in Machakos. Maybe if there's a park in Machakos, they'll go there. So they're showing Kenyans the beautiful places you can go to. Those are the kind of shows that are available on YouTube. Like, vloggers do those kinds of shows. So when they're being brought on TV, there are some people who appreciate it. They tune into TV and watch it. You can also notice that all TV stations are currently live on YouTube, and they also go live on Facebook. So it's just moving to where the audience is moving towards. And the content is evolving too. So I think legacy media will survive as much as the new media has. Like, the digital age is disrupting everything.
As we are finishing up, you can just, for guys who are starting out maybe in any field, not even necessarily in the media, what's your advice to them?
Starting out in anything.
Yeah, in anything, just young people trying to do something, be it in business, be it in career, you can advise them.
Resilience is key. Like, don't give up on your even 10th try. Every time you keep trying, you'll keep getting better at it. You'll notice the mistakes and you'll get better at it. And never forget where you came from, I think. Like, always remember, I was here one time, and appreciate it. And yeah, enjoy life a little. That's all.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, maybe just to ask you a question. Like, how did you find me? I just saw a DM, and I'm open to having conversations with people, but yeah, I'm just curious.
You see, I just found you on Instagram, and I thought that we could have a conversation so that guys can know what happens behind the scenes.
Yeah, this has been nice. I hope I have shared content that will be good for you and your audience.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you too.